الأولاد الحين مش قادرين نلبي الحاجاتين، يعني غصب قلبنا لما يطلع يقول لي أنا أتيت شوف الأولاد بأخذوا هيك وإحنا ما بنقدر ناكل. يعني في شغلات كثيرة محرومين الأطفال.
أصعب شيء الواحد يكون صايم ما يكون عنده أكل ياكله. لما مات أبوي أنا كنت ببكي أمي.
أمنيتي برمضان إذا اشتهى ابني الشيء اللي بده إياه أجيب إياه.
أمنيتي يكون عندي أكل وثياب وبيت. أنا أمنيتي أجيب فستان زهر.
هلا أنا يأخذوني من هناك على شنو إذا متت بفلسطين يقبلوني وين بجامع سينا لندو.
Well, the time is just gone past 10 a.m. and that video clip that we just played out is one of the most heartbreaking video clips that you'll ever see. Considering where we are at the time of the year, we are in the month of Shaban, about 3 weeks away from the month of Ramadan. And in our homes at this point in time, there's a hive of activity. The preparation for the month of Ramadan, as Hafiz Muaskasu mentioned, our freezers are brimming. In fact, they're full, they're overloaded. And with all this preparation that is taking place, and that video clip alone, just looking at people don't even know where the next meal, where the next suhoor, where the next iftar is actually coming from. And it's sad, it is very, very sad. And this is the reason why we need to sit back, we need to look, we need to reflect, we need to ponder, we need to think that as we are preparing for this month of Ramadan, let us take out a portion, let us take out a share to help those who don't have. And joining us this morning, and we introduced you to the Wish campaign earlier on with Hafiz Muaskasu, is Hafiz Hussain Choonara, the AMA regional manager, and we've got Shaakira Nalla with the AMA ladies delegation visiting Lebanon this week. Hafiz Hussain and Shaakira, to both of you, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you, Brother Inayat, and to all the listeners and viewers of Salam Media.
Yes, in fact, I see Shaakira is traveling somewhere, so she is in the car as well. But Hafiz Hussain, just to start off with, and this Wish campaign, we had a slight overview and an insight with Muaskasu regarding the Palestine marathon. And year after year, Ramadan comes, Ramadan goes, and something has to be done, something must be done for people who don't have. And this is exactly what this campaign is all about.
Correct, Brother Inayat. As you quite rightly mentioned, the African Muslims Agency has launched the Wish campaign, a campaign to fulfill the needs, the wishes, the dreams of millions of people in 15 countries around the world this Ramadan, inshallah, with food, with nourishment, with warmth, as well as we have identified more than 700 villages that require, for example, water wells and boreholes. So this is the Wish campaign, and like you say, as you've seen in the clip that was played before this interview, that what are the wishes of the people around the world. Let's start right here in South Africa, where hundreds and thousands of people wake up on a daily basis with the simple wishes of just wanting food or survival for the day. And as we can expand across the continent of Africa, whether it's clean drinkable water, and as our teams are arriving, as we speak, Brother Night, our teams are arriving in Somalia this morning because we know there's a drought there. There's urgent need in Somalia, the Horn of Africa, and the teams are arriving there this morning. And as Shaakira is coming to us live from Lebanon, the Syrian and Palestinian camps, so we have a ladies' delegation in the camps meeting families, asking them what they need, what are their wishes. And as we can see, they have the simple wishes, and sometimes just to have a biscuit or a peanut or something to break their fast with. And for us, we know what we have. So it's brought to our attention for us to do something this Ramadan to fulfill your niyyah, to fulfill your wish, your ambition, your deal with Allah. But in so doing, in fulfilling that, ensuring that hundreds and thousands of people around the world that their wishes are fulfilled, inshallah.
Jazakallah khairan for that. And just to bring Shakira into the discussion. Now, Shakira, you are with the ladies delegation uh, as Hafiz Hussein has mentioned, that you are out in Lebanon, and just take us through the trip, the purpose, and just just share some of the experiences.
Assalamu alaikum, Uncle Inayat, Hafiz Hussein, and to all the listeners. We are in Lebanon at the moment. We are driving to Tripoli, and we are visiting the refugee camps, visiting families, and we are on that ground. I'm a volunteer, a donor, and we are with this ladies delegation, which consists of staff members, volunteers, and donors, and we are on the team assessing the needs of the people in Lebanon. We have visited Syrian camps, Syrian refugee camps, and Palestinian refugee camps. And it's been very eye opening. It's been an experience of a lifetime. It's taught me that things that we take for granted at home are simple things that these people wish and dream about. Actually, I can't say dream because what has been a constant trend in all the camps that we have visited is that the people here have stopped dreaming. They have stopped wishing for things because their wishes and dreams don't get fulfilled. So now it's easier for them to not dream and to not have wishes. We have gone around, and after much probing and talking to the families, we have learned that their wishes are simple things as food and bread and something to break their fast with. Most of them just desire to taste chicken again because they haven't had it in such a long time. And when they say that they have nothing, they absolutely have nothing. It's not yet summer, but it's not in peak winter, and it's still quite chilly. The ladies on the team are all decked out in warm clothes, jackets. We have thermals with us. And when we go to these houses, the people living in tents, some tents are not rehabilitated, they are not insulated, and these people do not have fuel to keep them warm. They do not have warm enough clothes to survive the winter. So they have been burning clothes to warm up the stove so that they could heat food and keep themselves warm that way. It's been extremely eye opening, extremely heartbreaking, and it has taught me that gratitude absolutely has a new meaning because these people have nothing and they still say Alhamdulillah for everything.
Yes, and also Shakira, I think what the point that you made is sometimes people lose hope and they said, what, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. I am resigned to my fate, and this is who I am going to be for the rest of my life. And this is where I take off my hat to people like yourselves that go out, that go into the field, that visit these camps, that talk to these people, because it is about providing them with aid. It is about making a difference. It is providing them with food, with warmth, with shelter, with water, but also at the same time, it's to keep them motivated as well. And I'm sure, that is a it's not an easy task, but it is something that is uppermost as well, to tell them that you know what, there is hope, and Allah is with you, and there are people who are prepared to help you.
Absolutely. And when we have been delivering food parcels with the AMA team in Lebanon, and we've been seeing the smiles on their faces, and you see the little glint of hope that it gives this family. It will last them for a month, one food hamper, but the little hope that they have is just amazing because when you walk into their tents, they look completely helpless. And the food parcel just brings a smile to their face, it brings hope. And that on its own is so rewarding just to watch.
Yes, Jazakallah. Hafiz Hussein, to bring you back into the discussion now, obviously you've been watching as I have been talking to Shakira on the ground. And again, like you said, is wishing is one thing, but making a difference, and to make these people dream again that, listen, yeah, there is hope. There is a future for me. There are people that are prepared to help us.
Absolutely, Uncle United. You know, Allah brings it to our attention more for us than for the people that He's, you know, He's testing us more. And if I can just relate, I met a boy. I think I shared this on this platform before. I met a boy in Mozambique in a village, and I asked him, "What do you wish for? If you could wish for anything, tell me what it is." You know, because I know his day has been that he hasn't eaten for days, and when they don't have food, they normally resort to eating grass or sometimes even ants. And this boy looked at me and says, "If I can just taste what a biscuit is." His simple wish to have a biscuit to break his fast in Ramadan. We know what we have. And if you think that's the worst of it, and then you go to Afghanistan where the people stand in the queues of the bakeries that we have, Alhamdulillah, and knowing they stand in those queues, knowing that by the end of the line they're not there to receive the bread because the demand is too big. But they stand in those lines to get the smell and the scent of bread to break their fast or to remove their hunger. We don't have to go to Afghanistan. Let's talk about South Africa right now. Hundreds and thousands of people wake up. I remember sitting with a family right in the Eastern Cape in the villages, a mother and her 4 children, and she hasn't eaten for days because she wants her children to eat. What will Ramadan be like for them? The people of Turkey and Syria will be a different Ramadan for them. After the earthquake, they don't have homes or nourishment. I encourage you as we look to lay down our tables with our wishes, as we look to fulfill our dreams and our niyyah and our ambitions with Almighty this Ramadan, let it be that our niyyah, our zakah, our sadaqah fulfills the wishes and the dreams of thousands of people in 15 countries around the world, inshallah. And may Allah bless you all and accept your wishes, because the wishes of the people in the field, the people in the different countries that are struggling, is our responsibility.
Well, certainly is Hafiz Hussein. And also, Shakira, we've seen many South Africans met the children that came to South Africa from the Amman school during their visit last year. And what is it like, visiting their home, seeing the reality of where they actually come from?
We actually visited Malak the other day, and that was one of the most amazing experiences. Malak was one of the 10 children that were in South Africa, and we got to her house, and the warm welcome we received from them was so amazing. She had a whole spread laid out for us, and just the warmth and the hospitality that they showed us was so overwhelming. But also, a key difference that I've noticed is that the children that do receive assistance and the children that don't is really apparent. And you can see the children, the difference that a sponsorship, that a meal has made in their lives. Yesterday, we visited a family, and there was an uncle looking after his own family as well as 7 orphans. His brother had passed away, the mother had abandoned them and left the 7 orphans in his care. And his justice when he looked after them was something that has moved me, and I think it will stay with me for life. And he said that um, if someone gave him an extra dollar and said, "Feed your children with this money," he would not do that because he would not want his brother's children, who are now his responsibility, to feel that he's treating them different to his children. So you see the the faith that they have in Allah. You know, when we asked them what happens, and they said there's young girls crying for food, and they ask their older sisters for food, for bread. And young children are working, and when you see them and all they want is a piece of bread, or they want food to eat or break their fast with, and you see that when we visited children that are sponsored as well, you see the difference that it makes in their life. So we are here also and witnessing that your sponsorship absolutely makes a difference. So if anyone is questioning whether a sponsorship, whether a hamper makes a difference, I have seen it firsthand what a difference the hamper makes or the sponsorship makes to the family, to the child. And it really is inspiring to see.
Well, Jazakallah for that. And just finally, Hafiz Hussain, talking about the hamper and just looking at contributions now, we know when we spoke to Muaz Kasu, he spoke about the iftar suhoor box, grocery hampers, feeding a village, and also I see there's a water well as well. just for people wanting to contribute? What do they do?
Absolutely. Please go to the Africa Muslims Agency's website. That's africamuslimsagency.co.za, or connect with any of our offices around the country, or follow us on our website or social media pages. Iftar box to feed one person for iftar and suhoor is 100 rand. To feed a family for an entire month in Ramadan, it's 1,500 rand. Or to feed a village or a refugee camp or community where hundreds of people get fed in a day. We know the reward of feeding one a fasting person, that you get the reward of their fast, without their reward being diminished in any way. Imagine feeding hundreds of people per day in Ramadan, people who are in need, people who are orphans, people who are widows. You could feed an entire refugee camp or village for 16,000 rand per day, or any amount towards it. And of course, Brother Inaid, like you mentioned, to empower a village in Africa with a water well at 14,800 rand, or any amount towards it. You can make niyyah for those that have passed on in your family. It's sadaqah jariyah for you, for your family, and Allah bless you, accept your niyyah in all that you do and grant the reward manifold. Ameen.
I mean, Jazakallah khairan so much to you, Hafiz Hussain, and also to Shaakira. Allah accept, Allah reward your efforts as well. And, from time to time, coming on, reminding us of our responsibility towards our fellow human beings. And this is exactly the situation at this point in time. Many of our brothers, sisters, children that are burning, that are hurting at this point in time. And this presents an ideal opportunity through people like yourselves, through Africa Muslims Agency and organizations like yourself, Alhamdulillah, to reap the rewards, and more importantly, to make a difference in the lives of people. So Jazakallah for that. Allah keep both of you safe, inshallah, and Allah accept, Allah reward your efforts. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for having us on Salam Media, Brother Naid, to the team at Salam Media. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Well, that brings us to the end. That brings us to the end of this morning's broadcast right here on Salam Media. It's been wonderful being with you on this day of Jummah. Continue enjoying the mercy and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this blessed day of Jummah. Let us not forget abundant durood on our beloved Master Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Let us also recite Surah Kahf, which is encouraged on this day of Jummah. And I see there was a message that came through from a brother saying, MashaAllah, may Allah reward you in abundant guise, grant you all safety and security on your journey until you return. Next up is going to be Juz 10, Sheikh Yasin Al-Dusari. And with that, I'm signing off. Have yourself a wonderful day, inshallah. A great weekend. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.